Alright, here we're going to look at finding the area underneath the curve with a z-score. So we're going to take 4 examples here and come up. Now, here we're going from the mean to the z-score, and we want to find out that area, which will represent the probability and also the percentage of the data that is represented there. Alright, so let's look at the first example. Now, with the first one, we end up with 0.3790. Well, how do we do that? First thing we need to know is that we know that our z-score is 1.17. Okay, so what we need to do is go look it up in the table what that value is. Alright, so this is our z table. Now our z table, we go look up 1.17 and we end up with 0.8790. Okay, so we're going to use that with this. So let's go back. Alright, so here we're at this, and we found our z-score to be 0.8790. That was our z-score. Well, that doesn't equal the 0.3790. Now what we have to realize is the blue part, okay, our z-score represents everything up to that point. So our z-score, actually I'm going to try to go blue. Alright, so our z-score represents everything back here. Okay, so it's everything from down here all the way to here. Well, we're wanting from the mean on, so we only want this part. Okay, we only want the part in red. So to find that, we know that for our curve here, half of it is on the right side and half of it's on the left. So 0.5 of it's from the mean to the left and 0.5 is from the mean to the right. So to figure out what this area is, we'll take that 0.8790 and we're going to subtract 0.5 from it. Okay, and so when we do that, we should end up with 0.379. And we do. So we end up with 0.379. Okay, and so that is the area from the mean from our x-bar to that z-score. And so this would be probability. If we wrote it as a percentage, it'd be 37.9% of the data falls from the mean to a z-score of 1.17. Alright, well, let's look at this one. Here we have a negative z-score. So we're going to go through the same process of looking up our z-score and then seeing what it is, the information it's given us. Alright, so we're wanting the information from negative 0.85 to 0. So we're wanting this. Well, when we go look up our z-score in our z-table, okay, when we go look it up in our z-table, we're going to look at negative 0.85. Now you have to be careful on how your z-table is arranged. Now this particular one goes from 0.09 down. So our 0.5 is here, so we're looking for negative 0.85. Okay, and so we're going to use this value as our z-score. So 0.1977. Alright, so we have our z-score of 0.1977. So we looked that up in the z-table. Again, it's not matching up because that information, the 0.1977, tells us all of this. Well, that's not what we're wanting. We're wanting what's from that number to the mean. So we're wanting this area. Well, from all the way here to the mean would be 0.5. So what we're going to do again is take 0.5 and subtract 0.1977 from it. Okay, and so that's how we come up with 0.3023. And that's the probability of the area in the curve, or we could have it as 30.23% of the data falls between negative 0.85 standard deviations away and the mean. Alright, so here we have a z-score of 2.07. Okay, so we're going to go look it up, and we're going to go through the same process we did before. Alright, so here's, again, this represents the area we're looking for. We're looking for this area. Okay, now again, when we go look up our z-score for 2.07 is going to give us the area all the way from here. It's going to give us everything this way. So we'll end up subtracting 0.5 from it again. Alright, so in our z table, we're going to go look up 2.07. Alright, so 2.07, we come over here, so it should be, nope, one more over. Alright, so it's going to be 0.9808 as our z-score. Okay. So our z-score is going to be 0.908. So we're going to take that number and subtract it from 0.5, and what we'll end up with is the 0.4808. Alright, we're going to do the last example here. We're going to do the z-score from the mean to negative 1.37. Alright, when we do this, we're looking for the area from 1.37, negative 1.37 to the mean. Well, our z-table is not going to give us that directly, so we'll have to go through and we'll end up subtracting the 0.5 again. Because again, what we're looking for is this area. But our z-table is going to give us all of this. But we only want from here to here. Sorry, on this little thing, I shaded in the wrong area, so I need to change that. It doesn't give you all the way up to the mean. It gives you from the 1.37 down. So just for clarification, what our z value, okay, if we go look it up and we find that to be, our z value is going to be 0.0853 when we go look up the tabled value. Okay, and so that gives us this area, but we want this area. But what we do know is that the whole thing would be equal, the whole area from here to here would be 0.5. So what we do to find that is take 0.5 and subtract the 0.0853. And what that'll do is that'll give us the value, it should give us the 0.4147. So if we take that 0.5 and subtract 0.0853, yeah, it gives us the 4147, and that's the area from the z-score to the mean. So so for this we should come up with, if we subtract this, we get as our value. Okay, so for that, hopefully that helps a little bit. If we need to find the area, or if we're looking from the mean to z-score.